So I've mentioned this once or twice offhand, like on a few streams, and I think I mentioned it at some point in Discord. But well, it's something that's kind of happened quite quickly over the last few weeks. Basically, my wife and I, we started looking at houses. We've been looking online at various houses for quite a while, and we've been saving up to put a deposit down over the last few months, basically since she moved in. And even before that, I've been putting in a Help to Buy ISA since like 2018. So it's reached the point where we both got our deposits, and we went to see a house. In fact, we went to see a few houses, and well, the first house we saw we really loved, and so we put an offer in, and today it's been accepted. Not much higher than we initially offered either, so things are quite exciting at the moment, and I'm so excited I just want to, it's one of those things that I just want to tell everybody about. There's not really much to say other than that. Like I said, it was only today, this morning, that it got accepted, so we've discussed lots of things since then, like how much more we're going to save after the fact, to do some initial work on the house, get stuff that we need, like white goods, various appliances, anything else we might need, what we're going to do with the various rooms, the layout and stuff, where all this is going to go. So, yes, there is a lot to talk about and there's a lot to discuss, but the point is, we've got a house, or potentially got a house. We've got to, it's not technically sold under contract or sold subject to contract yet. We've got a visit with the estate agents this weekend, so once that's done, the ball will well and truly be rolling. I mean, it's kind of rolling at the moment, but it'll actually be rolling. In the meantime, we've spoken to our... I don't really know what he is. He's kind of just like a broker, helping us sort out solicitors and the mortgage, the lenders, giving us the best offers, and just generally helping us with the whole process. So we've been in touch with him. He's very happy because he's getting our business and our money. So yeah, it's all happening. That's the house. Like I said, there's not much to report at the moment, but as ever, further bulletins as events warrant. In other news, Linux. I have somehow managed to sort out the issue that I was having with Linux, i.e. the desktop green thing. That seems to have gone away. It's sorted itself out, so don't know what that was all about, but it's been working fine since then. And really, most of it has been working great. I've very happily been using it the past couple of days for work even. Granted, I haven't had to do much heavy lifting, and I still haven't managed to install Office 365, but everything else I can do, because most of the stuff that I do is through the web anyway. So I've got Teams running, and I've got Edge, which is where it's kind of like my little sandbox for all my work stuff. I like to keep it in a separate browser, you see. Compartmentalization, in case I was ever captured by the flood. And this all seems to be working great. There's been a couple more hitches, which I'm sure are easy to figure out. One of them being that this microphone, that sounded great, didn't it? It doesn't seem to be detected. It's weird. There's some little speakers somewhere in it. It's got like a headphone output, so if I wanted to monitor it, I could do. That works, and that comes up in the little audio selector, but the actual microphone doesn't. Sorry, I really should not do that. The microphone itself doesn't, and I don't know why. I'm hoping it's something that I can work out fairly easily. There's another couple of things. My sound card isn't detected, which is a bit odd. Supposedly drivers exist in Linux. Apparently they're already installed, but it just doesn't show up at all. It's fine because I've got my Virtuosos, so I can still listen to stuff. It's not like the end of the world. I don't really use my speakers all that much anyway. And I was considering maybe doing away with the sound card because I don't really need it. I imagine my onboard audio is just fine. But, you know, it'd be a shame. It'd be a shame to have to get rid of it. I'd rather it worked because it does sound better. And the major thing, and apparently this is unfixable, is my capture card. My Elgato HD60 Pro. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it was never the best choice, really. It works. It does the job, but it's always been a little bit fiddly. Sometimes it's been a bit high latency, and sometimes it's just kicked up a fuss at certain resolutions. There've been times when I've been streaming from my Windows 98 PC. I've been doing a shareware stream, for example, and the resolution changes all the time in those streams. I'm running DOS games and Windows games that just change the resolution. It's all over the place, and more than once, the Elgato has simply said no signal. And it's done that with my N64 as well. I had a real hard time getting it to work a couple of Fridays ago, playing Zelda. Just didn't come up with anything, despite the fact that the N64 was on, it was on the right channel on the HDMI switch, everything was connected properly. No signal. So, I've decided to just replace it because my wife needs a capture card, and she's going to be using Windows, I imagine, for the foreseeable, so she can use it. And I have ordered myself a nice, cheap Blackmagic card. I've done my research. It works in Linux. Even the datasheet says it works in Linux, and apparently it's really, really good. Blackmagic stuff does tend to be. It's like professional grade stuff. It's not one of the really high end ones, but I think it's about comparable to the HD60 Pro. Got a HDMI input. It's got an analog input as well, which could be useful, and does all the same things, I think. Just works in Linux. That's the key consideration there. And hopefully won't kick up as much of a fuss at various different resolutions. We shall see about that. Anyway, that's the major news stories of the day. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.